welcome to another edition of Say It Tomasi TV. We want to apologize for starting 1 hour early, and that is because of the time-sensitive nature of the mission of our guest in Sierra Leone. My name is Pastor Samuel Johnson, and of course, my guest is no other than the founder of Abounding Grace Foundation, Evangelist Christian Chukwuka. Evangelist, please say hi to people.
Hi everyone, hi everyone. Nice to be here again. It feels so special to be here.
Wow, so he said nice to be here again. That's because he was here like 2 days ago, and he spoke so much about himself. He spoke so much about what he wants to do in Sierra Leone. But before we get to that, let's take this short break. When we come back, we'll get to know him more.
Mercy TV, broadcasting live from our studios in Freetown. Our broadcast stretches across the Mano River Union and surrounding areas with unique quality and uplifting programs of hope, faith and love. Our strong emphasis are on home content, educational and inspirational dramas and more. We broadcast the gospel with signs and wonders reflecting the will of God daily. Our audience also enjoys local, national and international news. With Mercy Media, your business is already a success.
Yes, Fambul, welcome back. As I said just now, I get with me in the studio the founder of Abounding Grace Foundation, Evangelist Christian Chukwuka, and he there for talk to you about in life. He talk to you about waiting he don't do and waiting, you know, he want to do more. He is a blessing to this nation. Evangelist, sorry, I would like to take you back. You were here 2 days ago.
Yes, sir.
And you spoke a lot about your life.
Yes, sir.
And the things you've been doing and what you want to do in Sierra Leone. I'm sure there are some people who did not watch that interview.
Okay.
And they would like to, you know,
Hear it again.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's just say a bit about your personal testimony
Okay.
that led you to, you know, this powerful and beautiful mission and that vision and everything.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Like I said, my name is Evangelist Christian Chukwuka. I was actually born and raised in a place called Aba in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Born in a very poor family. There was no proper upbringing because I was actually an unruly child. I wasn't listening to my parents, so I was forced to go into slavery. In that slavery, I couldn't even make headway. So finally, my mom and my dad sold everything they had and gave me the little money they have to go and start life. So I traveled to Lagos. When I got to Lagos to try to start a new life, it was horrible. It was difficult because it's a congested city that everybody's hustling and bustling. You know, it's so difficult to make money or to do business. But God helped me, I excel. Out of that, greed came upon me. That's how I started to run African countries to make money. I still couldn't succeed there. So I found my way, get a Gambia passport, change my destiny, my name, change it completely to Omar Bashir from Christian Chukwuka. I carry that name, pick up a Gambia passport, enter Europe. Then before I know it, I got a lady that I got married to, brought to Nigeria, did all this contract marriage, and then got my papers. When I finally got the papers, I see myself in a situation whereby I now need money. Money, longing for money pushed me into drug business. And that drug business caused so many lives to be wasted. God warned me, I did not listen. In the process of that drug business, I got arrested with 1.5 kilo cocaine, and that's how they sentenced me to 15 years in prison. After 8 years, the mercy of God located me. I got my freedom. From there, the passion to go to prisons to help other people in prison was generated. That's how I found myself in this ministry.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Oh, okay, we don't hear so much of what he say. This is not somebody way born in Africa, somebody way travel to Europe and do contract married and do drugs and end up in prison, and now he's transformed. There's this part of your story I would love for you to go over again. Your transformation experience.
Yeah.
You know how you got saved.
Yeah.
I would love for you to, you know, quickly go over that again.
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, you see, I was in that prison, no hope, no hope. Every day I'm marking calendar, and the time is not going. You know, before you get to one week, it's like 1 year. So I stopped marking calendar, begin to live anyhow inside the prison because I feel like there's no hope anyway. And I've lost my dad. They told me my father is dead because of my mistakes. You know, so I felt like to commit suicide or to die. There was no hope, simple as that. All of a sudden, light begin to dawn. When you start getting to the 8th year that I was inside the prison misbehaving, even my second child was born inside the prison. That will be a little bit mystery for you. You might not understand. It happened because you're allowed to have girlfriends inside prison in Sweden. Your girlfriend can visit you. You go to an apartment, you guys can sleep over there. So I was still a sinner inside the prison, committing fornication and all that, visiting several girls inside the prison. It was horrible situation. But God still have his eyes on me while I was in that prison. That is why I love God so much. He never cancel anybody, never condemn anybody. No matter how bad the situation is, he still have this watch over us. He still love us irrespective of our iniquities or however the sin abound. While in there, I was one night watching pornographic movie. That's a very horrible one, you know, animals sleeping with girls and so on. I was watching that movie and something very terrible happened to this girl. So I reacted. My reaction, my elbow hit remote control while I was on my bed. That control changed the channel.
Wow.
And that's how Creflo Dollar Jr. appeared on that God's channel. You know, I'm not used to those channels. I don't like to watch them. I love only worldly things. But God wanted to arrest me. That thing happened. And the channel changed. And the man was pointing at me. Renew your mind or you will die. Don't touch that die. It was like a personal warning. I got goose pimple all over my body. I was shivering. I was so scared. My little room in my cell room was saturated with smoke. That was my first time I experienced this thing called glory of God. I used to hear it, but I never believed it's truth until I saw it. My room was smoked up. I couldn't see wall to wall. That's how my tongue started to wag. My mouth was shaking, and they call it speaking in tongue. I did not know what it is either then. So my mouth was moving so fast. I got off from that bed very scared. First time I was scared. I used to feel like I'm Tony Montana, Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Untouchable. You know, these kind of hard drug guys, you know. That's how I placed myself, not knowing I was nobody. When I encountered Jesus in that prison, my true self came out. I became chicken. I was crying. I stood up and I went to the wall, tear up all the pornographic magazine because we gummed those things on the wall in order to masturbate. And you know how silly life in the prison is. You know, you haven't been in prison, so you wouldn't know what I'm talking about anyway. Yeah. You know, so I was using those magazines to masturbate. I was filled with sin. I was a bad person. And in that place, Jesus came, even in the place of fornication, even in the place of watching pornography, animal, human being having pornography. Even in that point, Jesus came and rescued me. That's how I lived. I left everything behind and followed Jesus Christ.
Wow. What a beautiful story. He left everything behind and followed Jesus Christ. And then Abounding Grace Foundation.
Yes, sir. Is this that gave birth to Abounding Grace? But first of all, I had to leave Sweden and move away because of what they call peer pressure. You know, if, for example, you are my friend, we're living in Sierra Leone now, and we are doing bad things, and we have some gang members and everything. Once one of us, if I go to prison in Sierra Leone here, come out, I don't have money anymore, there will be this shame to come associate with you because you are still doing well. So that peer pressure of trying to go back to do crime again, to meet up with the level you are, I don't want to face it. So I decided to abandon everything, my children, and move over to, I have two sons actually. One was given birth to inside the prison and one was outside. So I moved away from Sweden to England. That's how I started a new life in England. And then from that place, I was a taxi driver. Driving taxi, and everybody that enters my taxi, you must hear the gospel. It's either I share my testimony with you, or I play a gospel tape for you, or gospel music. And if you don't like it, then you have to go down from my car because the car belongs to me. So, and I had issues with amber cars in London, Plumstead that time, because people complain that they don't want to hear gospel and preaching to them, and they just say, Christian, they are complaining. I say, then they can get out from my car because I can't be without the gospel music. So I've dropped people several times on the road because of that. And that could cause me to lose my license. But God never allowed me to lose that license because I was in his field doing his mission.
I want to make you know, see, yourself can be a part of the discussion by sending a WhatsApp message to the number on the screen 077-520-487. You can be a part of the discussion by sending a WhatsApp message to the number on your screen 077-520-487. 487. I have with me the founder of Abounding Grace Foundation, Evangelist Christian Chukwuka. Evangelist Christian Chukwuka is in Sierra Leone to do some things wonderful, but I don't want to say him for him. I want him to say these things for himself. But Evangelist, let's go again to Abounding Grace Foundation.
Yes, sir.
Why was Abounding Grace Foundation formed, and what is Abounding Grace Foundation about?
Okay, Abounding Grace Foundation is born out of the pain and the grieved that Bible said that Jesus became obedient from what he suffered. From what I went through in the prison, that's how this thing come out. I saw the people. There's one guy from Sierra Leone called Barry. He was with me in the prison there. My room is like here, his room is the next. Every night this boy is crying and disturbing. He couldn't handle it. Do you know why he's crying? He's missing his wife. He loves his wife so much. So every time he does that, we can come out and say, if I hear your voice again, I'm going to beat you up. Because if you commit the crime, you do the time. We were so tough to each other. We are not nice to each other until I encounter Jesus Christ. So that very Sierra Leonean guy called Barry, I remember his name vividly. A very calm person. I think he's a Muslim guy. But, he changed his name there in Sweden. This guy was just crying all the time. So that compassion, you see, that pain he felt, I know many people are feeling the same way. Many people. So out of that, I say, let me start something and then begin to visit prisoners and give them succor. Help them to at least see Jesus Christ. And even if you die in your situation, if you're on death sentence or life sentence, if you die in the prison, at least you know you are going to heaven. Meeting Christ in the prison is something very important. For me, it's paramount. No matter whatever I want to preach, if I haven't preached in the prison, I don't feel well. So that's how the thing came up, and then I developed the passion to visit every prison, and not just Nigeria, not just Sierra Leone, I've been to South Africa, every country. We are heading to Liberia, Gambia very soon. We have done all the prisons in Ghana, just about 8 of them left. They have 42 prisons, I've done 34. It remains 8 of them. Nigeria, 226 prisons I've done in Nigeria out of 242 prisons. So we are going to comb all the prisons in Africa. December now we are heading to Jamaica. They invited me to Jamaica. So we are interested in stopping crime, mitigating it at least, so that society can be calm. Because parents have failed in their duty to educate their children. That's why you see me here. So we can educate people in Sierra Leone, educate people in Nigeria, in Africa, other part of African countries, and in Europe, in America, as a world at large. So that people will know the meaning of what they are doing. If you are dabbling into crime, there is a consequence when you commit a crime. And the consequence is not only you that are bearing it, your family member. There are consequences of crime, and the effect in the family is severe. Your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your children, whoever is around you, they're going to face the consequence with you. So you are not just misbehaving for yourself alone, you are misbehaving for your whole family.
Evangelist, life in the prison.
Terrible.
How is life in the prison?
Terrible. Terrible. I will tell you more first about my prison. The prison we serve in Sweden is more of like being in a hotel.
Okay.
But yet, horrible things happen. When we go to gym, there's this tension in you, because you don't know when you're lying down to lift, somebody might bash your head with iron. The hatred between the whites and black was so much inside the prison there. There was so much discrimination. Even to a point that even some of the prison warders that are white, that they are not nice to the black ones. I'm sorry to tell you the truth, but that's just the truth. But you have to fight your way. Being a black man inside that prison, you have to fight your way. Everything you want. You could see like a white fellow inmate, they will ask for laptop, to bring in laptop. Very easy, they will just approve it. You get your laptop. But a black man, you have to prove that you have changed. You have to prove that you're going to use this laptop to study. But the white boys see it as a right. That's number one. Discrimination is very high in prison in the western part. Then, in African prison here, that is hell on earth. I'm not exempting anyone. I can only say South Africa has a little bit different. But the prisons I've been to, Ghana, Nigeria, everywhere I've been to, they are like living in hellfire while you're on earth. It's not something that you want to allow your children to get into. It's not something you want to do. If you are driving, drive carefully, because when you run over somebody, you are ending up in prison. You are not a criminal. You have made a mistake, yeah, but you end up in prison. So everything we do, we must be careful to avoid this scenario. This thing called prison is not prison. Prison is a place of reformation, transformation, rehabilitation of people that made mistake. But African prison is a place of punishment, lock you up and throw the key away. So you don't want to get involved in that at all.
Wow. Evangelist.
Sir.
Family, if you just join me, I did talk with Evangelist Christian Chukwuka, we are the founder of Abounding Grace Foundation. Abounding Grace Foundation, they do so much with prisons all over the world, not just Africa, with prisons all over the world. Evangelist, let's I want to ask you this very personal question.
Go ahead, sir.
You took 8 years in prison.
Yes, sir.
You got out.
Yes, sir.
You relocated to England.
To England, yes, sir.
You worked as a cab driver.
Yes, sir.
And Abounding Grace came, and you had to step into a prison again so that the gospel will reach somebody else.
Yes, sir.
So that food will reach somebody else. How did you feel stepping into a prison again after all those years?
First of all, I will thank God that moved me out of my comfort zone. I have a horrible marriage in London that took me out of that place. Thank God for that terrible situation. Because if that marriage wasn't that bad, I would have been so comfortable. I would have been there enjoying myself, doing my normal evangelism in London and thinking I'm doing well. But the marriage mentored me and tortured me. I was locked up in police station, Plumstead police station, by my ex-wife 7 times. I could count vividly. So I have gone through another 8 years of marital imprisonment after my 8 years of physical prison. So God trained me 8 years inside the prison, trained me another 8 years in the marriage before he set me free. And now he sent me to Nigeria, to Africa, where I ran away to go and look for greener pasture. He sent me back again, said that's where your mission is. So I left Europe 9 years ago, 2013, 23rd January. I landed in Nigeria. I hear the voice very clearly. Say, go to the prisons, bring good tidings to the meek. Give them beauty for ashes. He gave me Isaiah 61, 1-4. You see, I never knew how to start. A man with only primary 6 education. You've not been to secondary school. You've not been to university. Your grammar is full of grammar error. So how do you talk? And I began to ask questions. I hear the voice again say, if you open your mouth, I will fill it. God began to fill my mouth. That's how I begin to visit prisons. With reckless abandonment. All my 7 children in Europe, I abandoned them completely. Forgive me using this word, but I need to call spade a spade. It's an abandoning. Because he said, if you want to be my disciple, you will abandon your wife, your husband, your children, your business, your career, whatever that concerns you or matters to you. You must abandon them and carry your cross and follow me. If not, you are not worthy of my kingdom. You are not worthy to be my disciple. So I truly want to be a disciple of Jesus Christ because of what he did for me, the price he paid for me, leaving his throne, leaving his majesty, come down on earth and hang himself on the cross, died for me, stabbed, put a pierce on his head, put a scarlet robe, the disgrace, oh my God, what he went through for me. I say, no, I'm going to pay my own price. This is my due. I abandoned my 7 children. I know it's very horrible. It's painful for them. For them watching me now, they don't feel happy, but they love me the way I am because we have come to agree that this is a calling. This is a calling. God called me into this. So my children, I love you. My God is taking care of you all. They are doing very well. They are all, my first one is 26 years old. The youngest one is 12 years old, 13 years old now. So they are all doing okay. And God has been so merciful to us.
Wow. So the youngest one who's 13 years old,
yes, yeah,
has not seen much of you.
No, he hasn't seen much of me, but I go to London every year once in a while because I couldn't afford to go often. So once in a while we go there, we mix and then have fun, eat together. Then I come back to the mission field again. I don't spend more than 1 month outside the mission. 1 month maximum.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, Evangelist, when you go to these prisons, what do you do there?
I go there to bring them good tidings. First of all, you must know that good tidings come from 2 different ways. Jesus Christ wants you to give them the gospel and then give them something to eat. We not go there just to go and blow a Genesis to Revelation. No, we go there, tell them what God has done in my life, which is my testimony, like it says in Revelation chapter 12, 10 and 11, that we overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony. We love not our life unto death. When you go there to share that testimony, make sure you have something reserved to give them. Like when we went to the prison yesterday in Sierra Leone, the biggest prison in Sierra Leone, when we went there yesterday, even the warders, the army people were asking, all these things coming to this place no more? Like, I don't know how to speak that Sierra Leonean language, English. All these things are coming inside the prison. I say, yes. We bought over 2,000 bottles of Coca-Cola, 2,000 packets of biscuit for each and every one of them. We buy 75 kg sugar. We bought, what else again? What do we have again? We have some Gary, the giant size of Gary. We bought 4 big bags of it. This cost me millions. I had to call Nigeria, borrow money to do this, to complete what I have. But you know what? There is this joy to give to those that have not. I have this peace when I'm done with that program. I go home, I slept like baby. I want to share my how I entered prison. I was sentenced for 15 years. When they hear that, all of them, they woke up. Everyone, they're calling each other. Every one of them, the whole had filled with over almost 1,500 people more.
So they had this feeling that this is somebody who has the understanding
of what we're going through. Thank you, sir.
Evangelist, what is life like in the prison in Sierra Leone?
In Sierra Leone.
Yesterday, he go to Pademba Road Prison,
Yes.
the male correctional center, Pademba Road Prison, and he get a very good time with them. They able for sharing testimony and and give them food and everything. What did you see? What did you notice about the prison in Sierra Leone?
I notice, people that they don't have hope. Let me put it this way. All hope is lost. There's a condemnation upon their shoulders. They felt like they are dejected, rejected. They felt like, oh, who to talk to? Nobody want to listen to me. I'm a criminal. They just condemn themselves. They were outrightly condemning themselves, each other. So we came there to change that mindset. That you are not totally condemned. You have made mistake, and don't forget, many are innocent. I'm not saying this like exaggeration. I'm telling you, in every prison I've been in Africa, you will always find innocent people there. And in Africa, there are too many innocent people inside the prison. They are called a victim of circumstances. If they don't have the money, then you find yourself being in trouble. So most of the people that are there, they look hopeless. But after the message, so if you look at their face, there was a transformation, speedy transformation. There's this joy in their face. They were gladdened because I was speaking from my experience. I'm not here to tell them Genesis to Revelation. I call the Muslims, everybody inside there, say, all the Muslims, come, I'm inviting you. They're looking at me, is he okay? Church? No, I say, this is not church. We're not doing it inside the church. It's inside the football field. Everybody should gather there. All of them, the Muslims, everybody gather inside the field. It was like something that has never happened before. The prison warders, they give their life to Christ. Many of them were there. And all the prisoners, when we make altar call, everyone, the Muslims, the Christians, all of them, they lift their hand unto Jesus. And they were shouting, this is authentic gospel. They felt it for the first time. So the joy is too much. I can't even explain it. I wish there's a way I can package it and give to you so you can understand how I feel. But I can't.
Evangelist, I would like to understand one thing. Their health.
Yeah.
Did they look healthy or skinny or?
I would say that generally African prisoners are in hell. They don't look healthy at all. Of course, you see some of them that are healthy. Maybe they are physically born, created to be healthy. And then some of them that are malnutritioned and so on. So I would really appeal to government, everyone, to please let's help them, because many of them might be dying for what they don't know. I know in Africa we believe so much in like you commit the crime so you should die there. But no, I committed the crime, but Sweden don't believe I will die inside prison. They gave me chance to be reformed, to be transformed, to be rehabilitated. Today, I'm a better person. If I enter Sweden, I have much respect. Even though I was a criminal. I came to the airport. When they see me, they know me already. They respect me so much for being 8 years there, still relevant in society. These ones could be the president of our nation tomorrow. They could be the ministers tomorrow. So we need to respect them. This human right we're talking about is so important. We have to give it to them. Many of them are not healthy. Many of them are healthy. It depends on what we call healthiness. You know, internally, you don't know how they feel. But I'm just judging based on my human understanding. We need to do more, sir. That's what I'm just talking. We need to do more.
Evangelist, I'm going to take you away a bit from a bit away from Abounding Grace.
Yes, sir.
I want to throw you to the church.
Okay, sir.
You were at the prison yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And you saw the need. You saw everything. What should the church do to help?
Oh, a lot church should do to help. And I'm speaking generally now in Africa, what I've understood, because churches in Europe and America and all that, they are doing a lot for their prisoners. But the churches in Africa, they are absolutely not helpful when it comes to Africa, to the what is it called, to prisoners. Yeah, but the place I worship, we have this understanding of helping the less privileged. My Reverend Father, Reverend David Obueli, he taught us how to show love, how to help. That's why in Dominion City, if you are there and you are not helpful, you are not part of us. That is one of the criteria. You have to be helpful. We have a strong prison ministry. Of course, Abounding Grace Foundation is a branch of Dominion City. That's where my father trained me. He has trained me for the 9 years I came to this country before this foundation was given birth to. He encourages everybody to go out there and start up something. Don't sit in the church. He get pissed off with you if you are a sitter. You must be a goer according to Matthew 28:18 and 20 to 20, 18 to 20. He said you have to go and win souls. So I can't just say it enough. Churches are not doing much, but Dominion City have done a lot in terms of all these prison outreaches. They've encouraged me so much to move further. Even as I'm here, my father is aware that I'm here. Reverend David Obueli is aware that I'm here.
I feel like a lot of people would love to, see some of these things. You've been to over 200 prisons. Eh?
Yes.
A lot of people would love to, get some testimonies. And can you please just share some of your social media handles, Twitter, YouTube, where they can, watch pictures or videos of some of the things that Abounding Grace Foundation have already done?
Okay, you can connect with us. There you can see over 1,000 videos on our YouTube. If you type at Prisoner Voice, you get our YouTube. If you type at Prisoner Voice, digit 1, yeah, you get our Facebook. At Prisoner Voice 2, you get our Twitter. At Prisoner Voice, just at Prisoner Voice again, you can get our Instagram. These are where you can find us, and our website is www.aboundinggracefoundation.com. www.aboundinggracefoundation.com. And the WhatsApp line, of course, if you connect with me personally, I can be loading you with some of our link. Our WhatsApp line is my personal UK line, which is +44 737 604 5293. I repeat, +44 737 604 5293. There I can send you information of our social media handles, and you can follow us. You will see some mind-blowing videos. There are so many videos of African prisons and all the truth, because the pilot of this ministry is honesty, decency, transparency, integrity. This was taught. My father taught me this from beginning. Reverend David will never allow us to misbehave. So I want to, everything you see me posting there has to be truth. Everything you see there has to be truth.
You've been to Pademba prison.
Yes, sir.
And that's not the only prison in Sierra Leone. Is that the end of your work in Sierra Leone?
No. We came here to conquer the whole prisons and then go to universities, secondary schools. We go to churches, on the street, the marketplaces. I have an appointment today now in Kennedy School. I'm going there. When I came out from here, and I'm going straight to Kennedy School to go and speak to the students in Kennedy School. And tomorrow I have there's one slum area. Forgot the name the lady told me about, but I'm going to be there tomorrow to speak to the ghetto boys there. They are drug users and everything. They say they are bringing them into a community. I'm going to speak to them. Then on Friday, I'm going to a church as well in Freetown. And that church is a brand new church that's starting to. They're doing mass campaign now to gather. They got the information from the program 2 days ago. So you don't know what Pastor Khan has done in my life, in Abounding Grace Foundation, and the world at large. The owner of this TV channel, Pastor Khan in London, he has done tremendously. I mean, he has done huge for the world, not just for me. Sir, can I tell you this? We have big channel TVs in Nigeria. Channel, NTA, name them, AITV, all of them. I've approached them to help me for 5 minutes to tell the world what we are doing. None of them could accommodate me except if I'll bring millions of naira. I'm telling you the truth. But this man say, no, I've seen what you are doing. Come to my channel. Anytime you need to broadcast, come here. That Pastor Sam will take care of me. And you have been taking care of me. Last time he told me that the questions you ask are what we need to ask. So, sir, feel free to ask any question. I'm not ashamed. I'm a dead man. I won't die again. So that's just the truth. I'm so grateful that we are going to conquer Sierra Leone very soon in a positive way. We are not fighters. We don't carry gun. We carry the word of God. It will come sharply, expressly, the way it's supposed to be. Truth, undiluted. Because there's no need to be afraid of death when you're a dead man.
Wow. Family, if you just join, we are get with me, Evangelist Christian Chukwuka of Abounding Grace Foundation, and you know, I want to let we understand, say, he's ready to share his testimony with your church, with your school, with your community. All you need now for contact him, but he's not going to stay long in Sierra Leone. He's here for a few days. It's 8 days more.
Yes, no, 6 days. Today is 21st, right? 5 days more. I'm leaving on 26, but we're coming back again.
Good. So you get 5 days more in Sierra Leone. So take advantage of in day one at Sierra Leone. And the last time we Kaya, he make it clear, he won't ask you to pay anything. He just needs you to provide the platform for him to share with your church, with your school, with your community, with whoever, you know, is available, because he wants people to stay out of drugs. He wants people to stay out of prison. He wants people to know Jesus Christ as Lord and as Savior. If you're just joining me, I want you to know that 9 p.m. this program will come out, and you will get opportunity for waiting you don't miss, so that you go able to understand everything. And remember, say you can also be a part of the program by sending WhatsApp message to the number on the screen, 0775204487. That is 0775204487. And at some point in the program, I go read them out. Evangelist, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
What
sir.
you're doing, I know God is sitting in heaven and he's smiling,
Yes.
and saying, my son, well done.
I could sense it.
But I'm convinced that you want people to come on board. You want people to be a part of what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
And you've spent all this money in Sierra Leone, on Sierra Leoneans, without asking for anything from them. You were there in London, you've been to Nigeria, you've been to Ghana, you've been to South Africa with the same message of hope to prisoners. You're now in Sierra Leone with the same message of hope to prisoners. How can Sierra Leoneans be a part of this?
You see, gospel is freely you receive and freely you will give. But then, if you truly want to be part of us and you want to join us in donating, we have account number we have in UK that I don't have off heart here with me, but if I get one of the flyer, I can tell them all. They can share it on the screen. You can have a possibility of sending it on the screen, because I think I shared it with you as well. Okay, we have a PayPal. We have Barclays Bank. We have Zenith Bank account. Okay, thanks. Got the information here now. Of course, you can use my WhatsApp to reach me if you want to. Then I can send you everything. My WhatsApp line is +44 737 604 5293. That's my WhatsApp line. Then our UK bank account is Barclays, Abounding Grace Foundation UK London, Barclays. Sort code is 209074. The account number is 136-16428. Account number 136-16428. That's our account number in UK. And then if you want to use Nigeria bank account, use Zenith Bank. Abounding Grace Foundation is the name as well. And the account number is 101-390-3492. 101-390-3492. Then if it's PayPal, you just type prisonersvoice1@gmail.com. Prisoners voice, it will be on the screen as well, at gmail.com. Yeah, then we have a contact in Sierra Leone here. If you want to pay through our contact in Sierra Leone, you will call this number. Mr. Dennis Clarkson, he is the one that is in charge of our Abounding Grace Foundation in Sierra Leone. He will give you the account number that you use there. That's we have orange money, something like that. Okay, his number is +232 if you're calling outside Sierra Leone. But if you are calling from Sierra Leone, you don't need that +323. Just start with 07. But now, if you're calling from outside, +232 772 42519. I repeat, +232 772 42519. That's the details here. So our social media handle, I've said that before: YouTube Prisoners Voice, Facebook Prisoners Voice 1, Instagram Prisoners Voice, Twitter Prisoners Voice 2. That's our details. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Evangelist. We are having a good time here, and we want to thank God for bringing such people to a nation for share the word of God more deeper, so that Sierra Leone could be a nation for Jesus. We want to take this very short break. When we come back, we go get for no more.
Mercy TV, broadcasting live from our studios in Freetown. Our broadcast stretches across the Mano River Union and surrounding areas, with unique quality and uplifting programs of hope, faith and love. Our strong emphasis are on home content, educational and inspirational dramas and more. We broadcast the gospel with signs and wonders, reflecting the will of God daily. Our audience also enjoys local, national and international news. With Mercy Media, your business is already a success.
Welcome back. If you just join we, I get the founder of Abounding Grace Foundation, Evangelist Christian Chukwuka. Evangelist, I want to read some messages. Yusuf can be a part by sending SMS message to the number on the screen. Okay. This person says 0778279958. It's a prison. It's not a good place. So let everybody be careful of life. Prison is not a good place. Another one from Timothy at Gloucester Village. They say, oh, what a wonderful God. I listened to this man of God's testimony. I have never been to prison, but there are so many problems I am going through. Please, God, try to change me as you change this man of God. I'm trying to be perfect. It's the same. I don't know. Maybe something is behind this. Something is behind what I'm going through. Timothy, Gloucester Village, the same God that did it for Evangelist, he will do the same for you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I want to ask that you make up your mind as you don't listen to this testimony. I'll make up your mind today for say you're not going back, you're going forward. And I want to make you attach yourself to one of the Bible believing churches around Gloucester or wherever you go able to go, so that you go able to get a daily supply of the word of God, and God could do mighty things in your life. You can also connect with Evangelist Edongi in personal WhatsApp line. You can connect with him, and let him continue to talk to you. Let him continue to mentor you, so that if that relationship be kept, he is willing, he is open for continue to talk to you. And so be ready. Evangelist, where next? You've been to Pademba Good Male Correctional Center. Yes. Where next?
Tomorrow today actually we're supposed to take this what's the name of that place I just got? Integration prison. We're supposed to be there today. So once I'm done with Kennedy, if there's time, we're going up there. But if we can't meet up today, then tomorrow we're taking female prison in Freetown here. After that one, then integration. Then the Friday, we're going to go to this Waterloo prison. So we are going to cover all the prisons in Freetown. Then I'm leaving. Then if God make provision for us again, when God make provision, then we're coming back again. Because prison costs a lot of money. It costs money to do prison work. It's not something you go empty-handed. If you go there to preach empty-handed, it's like a mockery. You are laughing at them. In fact, you are making fun of them. That's what it is. And they wouldn't even like to listen to you. But by the time we came in yesterday, we mentioned what we brought in. The noise was too much in the ground. They were shouting because many of them, 10 years, they've not drank Coca-Cola. 15 years they've not seen Coca-Cola, so that is like a miracle to them. So the joy was too much. And when I see that joy in their face, I'm for fulfilled. That is the ministry. You have, I'm fulfilled. Just to see that joy smile in their face. Because the Bible said, I was in prison, you did not visit me. I was not, I'm hungry, no food to eat. I was thirsty, no water to drink. I was in the hospital, you did not visit me. The disciple was like, Master, when did we see you in prison without visiting you? And he said, look, all these ones inside the prison, when you visit them, you have visited me. So these are Jesus Christ. They are not just prisoners. They are not criminals. They are not ordinary people. They are Jesus Christ. So whenever I put smile on their face, I put in smile on the face of Jesus Christ. And I know what next. He will glorify himself in me.
Again, I want to bring something very personal. So 2 days back, whilst you were here,
Yes, sir.
we had this beautiful discussion in the studio. I went back home and I sat my wife down and I said, you know, I have something beautiful to tell you.
Okay.
I wanted to be a bit boastful. So I have something beautiful to tell you. I met a man today. We had a very nice interview. And at 9 p.m., I'm going to change the channel. I'm going to sit you down so that you watch that interview. You know, I was so excited that I have something different to explain to her.
Yeah.
And at 9 p.m., it came up. And the moment she saw you, she said, but this man I don't tell you, but I've been telling you about this. I was like, what do you mean? He said, do you remember I told you of a prison break in Nigeria? This man has been to that prison. Do you remember I told you of a woman who went to prison for her son?
Wow.
And,
Wow.
she started showing me videos.
Wow.
She has actually been playing these videos for me for quite some time now, but I did not connect them. So I was like, okay, well, you know, you've seen his videos, you've watched his YouTube, but I've seen you in person. But she told me these beautiful stories
Yes, sir.
of some of these prisons you've been to, and that sometimes you should cry.
Yeah.
You know, some of the things, you know. Last night she also played a video where you were talking, and that, you know, I think somebody gave birth in prison, so I can't
Yeah.
remember. But can you help me with some of these testimonies?
Okay. One of the things that I'm so emotional about this is that when I see those helpless ones, especially those that haven't got money to pay a lawyer, no one could help them to pay the lawyer. So I empty my account to make sure that I get them free. Especially when they are innocent. You know, when they do this thing they call what is raiding. There's something they call raiding. When the police are parading, looking around, see some people that dress with swag, carry dreadlock, they tag them criminal immediately. They can just grab them and throw inside the van to the station. And if you don't have money to give to police that time, you might be able to end up in prison. I've seen so many of them in Nigeria prisons, so many. So when I see them, my heart shred. So all I do, I search for money anyhow. Sometimes I call my friends in abroad and start begging for money. Some of my friends in Nigeria get money, go and start belling them. I'll pay their bills, and they are peanuts, not serious money. You pay the bills and bring them out. Those things tears my heart apart. And then the other ones, when the children are born inside the prison, I can't stand the pain because this child is not meant to be here. And the rules in Nigeria, for example, is that the child must be with the mom for at least 2 years before they will take the child out of the prison.
Wow.
While the child is inside there.
Wow, 2 years?
Yes, that's so that they win, they get to know their mom and everything. Then you can now, if the mom have a long sentence, you can now release the child. And that makes me tears at the time. I spend so much money when it comes to female prisons. I have this attachment with babies. And some of the women, they do cesarean in their childbirth. There's one I met in Nigeria one time. He's using his rag, not rag, spread, what do you call it, wrapper, sheet, that she covered herself to be wiping blood and wiping wound. That was the most horrible thing I have ever encountered in prison. So I have series of horrible things I could tell you, but it's not even. I got goosebumps in my body now. I'm starting feeling like I want to fall sick because these people are suffering. They are going through a lot. Sometimes I say, God, why all these people are going through all these things? And you will hear very clear, it's wickedness of man. The Bible said that men are heartless. They are wicked. People say, heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can understand it? The wickedness inside our African prisons is enormous. Or Haiti. Haiti is even worse. or Rwanda. Good day, you see terrible things happening in prison. I say, what are we doing to ourselves, especially black prisons, black men prisons? What are we doing to ourselves? These things makes me cry every time. Sometimes I'll be in my room, I'll be crying. Sometimes my wife will join me to cry, even nobody's beating us, you know. It could be terrible. I will also make my wife almost poor too, because if I don't have money, I will just pick up whatever she has. I will say, honey, please, I need so money. I'm going to this prison. And once my wife hears that I'm going to prison, she will give up everything she has. She will give up everything because you know that this is a calling, and she has the same calling. Don't worry, she will be here in TV next time I'm coming to Sierra Leone. She will be here to talk to the world. You will hear her own story.
Wonderful. I want to challenge you out there. Take your phone, go to YouTube, and check at Prisoner Voice. Take your phone, flip YouTube, check at Prisoner Voice. What you see will challenge you. What you go see, I'm telling you, probably the whole day today, you self will embrace this passion, this vision, and you'd want this vision to succeed at all costs. So just take your phone now and think about YouTube at Prisoner Voice, and you would understand what he's saying, because there are so many stories there that will help you understand. We're coming slowly to the end now. I would really love for you to send a message. Take some time and talk to young people. You don't want to see them in prison. I want us to use this time for you to talk to them so that they will understand the need for them never to face prison.
Please, the youth of Sierra Leone, the youth of Africa, the youth in Europe, the youth in American continent, North America and South America, the youths in Oceanic continent, the youth in Asia continent. I know you are hearing me. All the 6 geopolitical zones, every youth that are hearing me, and even parents listen to me. There is nothing on this earth that matters than knowing Christ. Associating with brethren, people that know Jesus Christ, so you may get your life upright, positioned. You see, because I did not know him, I made serious mistake in my life. I ended up in a place I ought not to. I wasted my 40 years in the wilderness. Now I'm 56 years old. I'm struggling to catch up. Let me tell you one of the dangers of all these things. Once you get caught in that crime, nobody will rescue you. You're on your own. And do you know who suffer most? If your mother loves you, she's the one suffering. If your father loves you, he's the one suffering. If your wife or your husband loves you, they are the ones suffering. The children are being stabbed on daily basis. They're mobbing in schools. When they go to school, they tell them that your father is a criminal. Do you know how many times my sons have to confront this madness in Europe? My second son become aggressive because of the way people were mobbing him, that your father is a brutal drug dealer. And the boy have to begin to fight like animal to be able to stand. You don't want to subject your kids to that position. Children, please stay away from crime. Crime does not pay. And once you get into that prison, don't think that your wife will wait for you. The maximum years a woman can wait for a man is 2 years. After 2 years, he'll begin to sleep with your best friend. So you know. Don't think that life will be better for you if you commit a crime. Stay away from trouble. And when you get to the prison, the food they are eating in prison is horrible. I don't care which prison you're talking about, apart from in Europe or America. In any other prison in Asia, in the Arab world, whatever, the food they eat in prison is horrible. You don't want to get involved in that. And remember, you can be killed in the prison very easy. Fight can burst out. There could be a problem that's packed up in prison because of the high congestion. People are so irritable. People are so aggressive. They are very angry. Every small thing irritates them and they could kill you. Fight could burst out and you lose your life. So please, children, youth, every one of you, girls, especially in Nigeria now, girls are so aggressive. Before a man will open up, they have already slapped the man. I don't know why their hands are so fast. They are very good in slapping these days. I don't know what's happening. Please put your hand down. I met one girl in female prison in Nigeria one day. This girl is so little, just very tiny little girl. She ran to me after the message and said to me, Daddy, please pray for me. I said, what could have bring this little girl here, sir? What is it that could have bring this girl in the prison? I said, okay, what is the problem? He said, Daddy, I killed my boyfriend. There's this shock in me. She's so little, so how could she kill somebody? Someone that don't have a strength like pen. She just as little as pen. How could you kill somebody? That's my question. I said, what happened, my darling? And she said that he always irritates him, he annoys him, so he was sleeping. He bought acid, raw acid. He poured it in a bottle, 1 liter bottle, opened a hole on top of that bottle. When he was sleeping, he used that thing and pressed the acid right into the nose, and he goes through the brain, burned this man to ashes. I couldn't pray again, be honest. I'm not a liar. I just walked away. I couldn't pray for her because the pain took all over my vein. I became inhuman. I said, how can somebody do this to her? That is how bad the devil. It's not the girl. When I went there the next day, I started praying for her, start mentoring her in the female prison where she is. I never condemn anybody, but that time I was in shock, so I have to leave her and walk away. But let me tell you something. Anger of a man worketh not righteousness. You see, whenever you are angry, if something is hurting you, please hit the wall if you want to, or you bite your lip, bite your tongue. Do something that will pain you so that the anger will go away. Don't rest your anger on any man because the person might have not eaten for 1 week. You just lift that hand. You are going in for manslaughter. It could be death sentence. It could be life sentence. It could be 20 years imprisonment. You don't want to be there. I've met people that have been in prison for 30-something years and nobody came for them. 20-something years, nobody can come for them. Some of them 19 years on a waiting trial, 18 years on a waiting trial, waiting to go to court. They have no money to buy a good lawyer. And this thing wasted their destiny. You don't want your destiny to be wasted. Please listen to me right now. Go to our YouTube. You see all these things. I'm not telling you stories. I'm telling you what I've recorded by myself. Live videos. They are there. Over 1,000 videos are on my YouTube. You will watch them. Start searching. You see all of them. Everything. There's children born in prison. Women 19 years on a waiting trial. 20 years. You will see everything there. I'm not telling you stories. Everything about Abounding Grace Foundation is born on truth, transparency, purity. That's what we believe in. Honesty, decency. So please, youth, stay away from trouble. If you are a student, talk to your teachers or whatever. Let them bring me over. I'm going to speak to all of you. I'm not asking you for money to come to your school. It's free just to hear. And when I'm coming, I'm bringing some videos to play for you to listen and watch.
Wow, to the glory of God. Some more WhatsApp messages. 076290851 says, wow, if God did it for you according to your testimony, God will do it for them in the prison you visited. God bless you. From Hawa Mansari at Sumaila Town, they say, God is in control. Let prisoners have hope. Let God locate them. We're now at the end.
Yes,
But one more thing I would really love for you to do. You mentioned that there are some people who are there innocently.
Yes, sir.
And these people have families.
Yes, sir.
Maybe a family member of one of these innocent people might be watching.
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to share a message of hope to that family member.
Okay, please, if you are watching and your loved one is inside the prison, even if they are not, even if whether they are guilty or not guilty, yeah, take this from me. In that Pademba prison we went yesterday, I prayed under unction. Heaven opened. The angels were everywhere in the yard. And that angels, they are also visiting other prisons. The hand of God has started here because in Nigeria prison, some places they will release 500 and something people in one day. Some places 700 and I have seen miracle happens everywhere. And here it's going to happen again. So please be strong, be courageous, have patience, have long suffering, perseverance. Just wait on God. It will soon happen. It will soon happen. It won't be long. I am asking you with all my heart, please be patient. Your children will come home and meet you soon. Even those ones marked to die, death sentence, they are not going to die. They will be there for a time, and then when they repented, God will set them free. No man have right to kill anybody. We have all sinned and fallen short of glory of God. The truth is that whoever Son of Man set free, that person is free indeed. Mother, father, whatever you are going through because of your child in the prison, God has set your sons free, your daughters free. They will join you soon. Just be hopeful, filled with hope. Read your Bible, trust in Christ Jesus, and it shall be well with you.
Fumble, thank you very much. God bless you.
Mercy TV, broadcast broadcasting live from our studios in Freetown. Our broadcast stretches across the Mano River Union and surrounding areas with unique quality and uplifting programs of hope, faith and love. Our strong emphasis are on home content, educational and inspirational dramas and more. We broadcast the gospel with signs and wonders, reflecting the will of God daily. Our audience also enjoys local, national and international news. With Mercy Media, your business is already a success.